If you've clicked on this video today, then I'm guessing you're probably single or you're probably wondering why your relationship is failing.
So 63% of men aged 18 to 30 report being single. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why them relationships are failing and also talk about our relationship and give you some tips on ways that we think you can improve yours and the way that we keep ours healthy.
So grab your cup of tea because this is going to be a cozy one. So let's commence. Just a disclaimer, this is obviously all based on our own personal opinions and just what we can see from living in this Gen Z era. You can take this how you want to take it, but yeah, we're just going to be doing this based on our own opinions and personal experience today.
Yeah. So relationships have definitely changed over the last few years for sure. Everyone seems to be meeting online now, which is definitely seems to be more of a negative thing than a positive. We met in person, which I do think is a massive reason to why our relationship's been so good. Is because we weren't really texting. I feel like so many couples now just would rather text than actually talk in person, which I don't think is a good habit to get into.
Not really. So just a little disclaimer as well, if you are new to our channel, we met in Australia 2 years ago and we literally met on a farm and picking fruit. We've seen each other at our rawest and dirtiest selves.
It was just completely natural.
It was completely natural, no social media involved, no dating apps. And genuinely I'm so grateful for that because I just feel like it made the whole experience so nice. Obviously everyone's situation is different, but for us being able to just meet in person through a passion that we both enjoy, which was traveling, I think was a great start to the relationship. We have lived together non-stop for 2 years. We've never been apart from each other.
Apart from 2 weeks at the very start, but other than that every single day.
So now I'm just shining that this is why I'm preaching our healthy relationship today, because personally, if that was anyone else, I just couldn't do it.
Nah, literally.
Anyway, let's go back. Relationships are failing and why we think they're failing. Luke obviously explained the whole online business, and I genuinely think since COVID as well, it's completely peaked.
Yeah, especially online now, for kids growing up, they're literally scrolling through, looking at bloody models or whatever in their Instagram feed, which means their expectations are going to be for that, which is what they're seeing online. In the real world, it's not like that.
One would definitely be the online world. I think it can be really toxic at times and your expectations are so high, and when your expectations are high, well, you're set to fail.
Too many people as well, they just go looking for it, don't they?
I feel like the whole searching for it, I'm a firm believer if when you stop looking and when you're just really working on yourself, I feel like that is when you meet the person that is meant to be for you, because energy is such a big thing. I feel like when you're giving out desperate energy to the universe.
Yeah, girls don't even like that anyway. Imagine if I come on like...
Yeah. It's like based on my own experience, when I met Luke, I just moved to Australia. I was in the whole zone of this independent girl era, like I've just done a crazy thing. I'm feeling so empowered by my own moves and my overall self. I was feeling so confident in myself. And then obviously, because like backtrack, when I was back at home, to have this like weird energy about myself. I weren't feeling myself. I was just messing around, getting drunk all the time. Like I just didn't feel right at home, which is why I never got with anyone from home. So then as soon as I was single for 2 years before, obviously over 2 years before meeting Luke. So
and I was always single.
Yeah,
I was waiting.
It's a different perspectives. Like he was waiting and I was just waiting for
I was never
the right person.
That is one of our tips which we'll go into, but you're not, well, I definitely wasn't going to find the right person just in my hometown, because everyone does the exact same thing. Realistically, there's never going to be anyone for me. There's a reason that I didn't get with anyone back home, and then suddenly when I move away within 3 months, well, not 3 months we were together, but we met after 3 months, it's because you need to get out of that. Because I definitely wouldn't have met someone from my hometown.
Yeah, I just feel like in your hometown, I feel like most people can probably relate. Do relationships really work good in your hometown?
Nah, I mean people can, like obviously people meet at school and stay together.
Yeah.
That just weren't gonna be me. It's good that we're from different places and no one knows, like I don't know any of from her area, she doesn't know anyone from mine.
That was a good thing as well, because I feel like obviously it's different people, but I was from a really small hometown and everyone just knows everyone. Everyone's slept with each other, everyone's kissed each other.
There's always something will go around.
Oh god, it just gives me the ick. So yeah, that was that. Another thing why I believe that these relationships are failing is the whole confidence within people. I feel like since COVID, everyone has turned to the online space, which yeah, it's easier and it's so much easier to connect with people, but in the real world, and you want to go on a date and you want to meet each other, like for example, men don't go up to women in bars and restaurants anymore, or in the street or shops.
Not at all.
It does not happen. And women like that. They like the confidence, like they're attracted to the confidence. I feel like a lot of men have lost their confidence when it comes to approaching women. So I definitely think, yeah, the amount of options people have because of online is just, yeah.
So we're going to give you some tips now based on our relationship and the way we keep it healthy and stuff, and maybe you can implement them to yours if yours isn't working or you're looking for a future relationship. Just some tips that have kept ours healthy and so far since we've been together. So the first one is to make like your dates fun and stuff, or just any activities. I feel like most 90% of couples, their only dates will be sat around watching Netflix, ordering a takeaway, and that's all they do. They might go on holiday or something after a few years and stuff. So many couples just like to get a takeaway and watch TV. The best thing with our relationship is from the very start we were doing such exciting stuff. We were going down the beach, we were doing stuff like we've literally hardly had any. Obviously we watch TV and stuff in the evening now. But for the first few months, we didn't do any of that.
Especially when you live together as well. I'm just going to cut into there as well and just say, I know there's a huge cost of living crisis at the minute. Some people can only afford cheap, like, doing that kind of stuff. But I think you don't need a lot of money to make a fun date. So what me and Luke did, we made a date jar and wrote down different post-it notes with different colours, and each colour would depend if it was a cheap date, a medium expense date, or really expensive. Depending on our finances would be dependent on which colour we pick out of the jar. And the cheap dates was stuff like go for a hike, go for a picnic, like make your own sandwiches, go for a picnic, or make a den in the house.
Yeah, there's so many cheap dates. We go on hikes all the time. That's like one of our top ones.
Yeah.
And it's one of them things that like before, or if I was on my own, I'd find that boring. If you're with the right person, it makes going on a hike like actually fun. So I think if you're not going to have fun doing simple dates with who you're with,
are you with the right
probably
person?
Not the right person, because realistically we could literally sit there,
do anything,
sit there on the beach, go for a walk, and it's so good because we have that connection. But if you actually find that stuff boring, then maybe you're just not with the right person.
And obviously it depends, like not everyone likes hikes.
No, it doesn't have to be hikes. Doesn't have to be hikes, but it's in like simple stuff.
Simple stuff, yeah. Like we literally went to Kmart, bought a $5 canvas, a few cheap paints.
Yeah, there's a painting in it. Yeah.
And bought sushi and just painted in the evening, lit a few candles, was eating sushi, and how nice was that? It was so lovely.
Yeah, because you don't like watching a film. It's nice to obviously sit down and watch a film and get a takeaway, but
you do that, like it's so
and
boring.
you're not learning about each other. You're not laughing with each other. You're just sat there watching other people instead of spending time. You're not really spending time with each other.
So yeah, always being creative and fun with your dates, and obviously it is dependent if you're in a family or you've got kids and stuff as well. But I'm sure there's always spare half an hour or 45 minutes to just do that little fun activity. So if you want to see a video on a breakdown of fun things to do,
we can do. If you're stuck for ideas, then let us know.
Okay, so another one, I guess it is obviously dependent on finances and stuff, but if you're young and in your 20s and got no commitments like us, then definitely travel and do a lot of trips, and also book group tours, because I feel like mixing with other people when you're in a relationship
it's definitely good.
It's so fun.
Don't lock yourselves away. It does definitely help.
Yeah.
And also traveling, we definitely experienced. You do get put in some pretty sticky situations.
Really sticky.
But all that's going to do is make you closer. I mean, it could go the other way, but if you're like realistically, if you're in the right relationship, it's going to make you closer because you go through that stuff together.
Yeah. So I feel like booking these tours or traveling opportunities, throw yourself out there and put yourself through them tough times. For example, me and Luke have had to start from scratch in every city that we've moved to, finding a job, running out of money, and like it's been so tough sometimes, but working it out, speaking with each other. Luke calms me down a lot.
But that's what you work out that dynamics, so like you help each other through the bad times. Exactly.
And just remember, like, you're both going through this situation. It's not just you, like, you're both going through it, so being kind to each other and just I guess.
And you also make so many memories traveling, which is going to be so good for your relationship. If all you got to talk about is like what film you watched last week,
it's going to get boring. You're going to get so bored of that.
Exactly. But
we can just
we've got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
And
so
all the
places.
people we meet, we still laugh about. All our old house.
Yeah.
All our old house. All the old jobs and stuff. Like it's just.
There's so much to talk about.
Compared to if we just lived at home, did our normal jobs. It's not, you don't have
Yeah.
as much in common.
I do feel like this is why most relationships in COVID failed, because you were trapped inside, there's nothing to do really.
Yeah.
You're driving yourself and
Yeah.
each other insane, and people just couldn't handle that, I guess. So obviously you weren't meant to be if you can't
exactly.
even make
Can't
it through
even-
COVID.
Yeah.
So just going back off the last one we said, I want to bring up talking about it. Too many people do not talk about issues and problems or how they're feeling, and I think it's so important, because if you're keeping what you're feeling inside, then it's going to bottle up and bottle up and bottle up till eventually you explode. That's not good for the relationship.
No, definitely not. We like know each other's feelings all the time.
But we sense each other now because we have been together,
Yeah.
well, ages
We
now.
instantly know when something's up. It's just natural. If something's annoyed one of us, like, you'll probably go quiet for like kind of half an hour, but you'll say something.
Yeah, I think
mean,
I get better.
We'd always say something.
And I think
pretty soon.
I genuinely think it comes with age as well, because don't get me wrong, when I was younger, like 19, 20, I'd be one of them girls that would just, not talk about things and just be quiet and leave it, and it just causes friction in the relationship and arguments. So definitely talk about things, even if it's stupid little things, because for example, if Luke leaves clothes on the floor and it annoys me and I don't say anything, and then he does it again, it annoys me and I don't say anything, and then it keeps repeating itself, I'm just gonna blow.
Yeah.
Whereas if I just asked him the first time, please put your clothes up off the floor, then he's not gonna do it again because he knows it's upset me. I mean,
Will I not do it again?
yeah, I don't know.
That's the reason I don't think we argue that much, is because we talk about it straight away, so we don't let it build up, and then we just keep calm, speak about it properly.
Yeah, cool, calm and collected.
Cool, calm and collected. So the next one on the list is to set like goals as a couple. I think that's so important to have, obviously personal stuff, but stuff as a couple to work towards.
Yeah.
Always set goals on places you want to travel. Obviously with YouTube we set goals.
Or if it's eventually having a house one day, or we have a goal to get a dog one day.
Like short term and long term. Like short
Yeah.
term is good, but then the long term goals is like your end thing. So it's good to have goals, I think.
Yeah, and it really just keeps that energy going, that you've got something amazing to work towards.
And then when you start to achieve it and you start to actually make progress,
Feels so good.
You feel good together.
Yeah,
It's like,
feel good together.
yeah.
Okay, so I've got an itch. So the next one is keeping your own personal hobbies and your own personal, I guess, routines.
Ooh,
oh dear.
that tea.
For example, my morning routine is everything to me, and if I don't have it by myself, it just starts my day off wrong.
When I turn up, you're just like...
I just really like having the mornings to myself, to journal, to meditate, to drink my coffee in peace, to go for a run.
I do, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, so me and Luke, from the beginning, have always had our own morning routines. He knows not to bother me, and I know just to, I don't bother you anyway, because I'm having my own morning routine.
I don't know about mine, but...
Especially when you live together as well. I mean...
Yeah. And the evenings we're always together, like every single evening.
I think
we're chilling,
evenings
so...
is our time.
Yeah. Some couples might do it the other way around. That might work for you. Personally, we always have the evenings together. The mornings are the time we don't mind doing our separate thing. So yeah, it's good to have your own separate routines and hobbies, but also create hobbies
together
as a couple.
Yeah.
We have YouTube now, which is good. We obviously have traveling, like...
And for example, one of my personal hobbies is running. Luke will try that sometimes with me if I get him out.
A couple of times.
I think the main thing is he's tried it with me, and that like makes me appreciate that he's gone to the effort to try and join my hobby that I love.
Well,
so yeah, and obviously Luke, his hobbies are, I guess, football.
Yeah, I guess.
When you do play it, but and then I would go and watch him play football, like I did in Adelaide. It's like having your own separate hobbies, but still being passionate towards each other's hobbies, and then having your own
like hobbies as a couple. That's just going to keep. It's like the personal goals as a couple.
Yeah.
Having hobbies as well is the same thing. It's going to help you become closer.
And like sticking on the trying the new things together. If you both don't know what kind of hobby you would want to go into, then try new things. Try a new club, or just try it together, because it's just going to really light up your relationship. So I guess that was just a kind of short summary of what's worked well for us, why potential relationships are failing based on our own opinion, and like I said, it's each to their own. Everyone's got their own personal differences and experiences. We just wanted to tell you what works well for us.
Yeah, that's just like overall.
A brief.
If you want to see more videos in detail about certain bits, I don't know, about making dates fun, about things like that, like let us know in the comments. We can do separate videos on them specific topics, which we'll probably do. But that's like overall.
We probably have missed a few things. There's probably a lot more we could talk about, but we wanted to keep it short and snappy. So, we hope you enjoyed this video. It was a different one to our usual travel kind of videos.
Yeah.
But
we're going to see how these get on.
We're going to see how it goes.
We're going to keep the travel ones going because that's what we're up to as well, but we're going to mix in a few of these ones as well.
We hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and follow our TikTok. And
please.
and we'll see you in the next one.